What's going on, A Pluses, Nerd Mixes, man? We here to talk about the finale, the final episode of Secret Wars for the if they're going to have another season for season 1, titled Home. I don't know how I feel about the series overall. I have to sit with that a little bit more to come and give y'all exactly how I feel and think about all the little tidbits and everything that they did to see where they were actually going with this and everything. But as far as sitting and watching the project itself, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little spy thriller guy getting in touch with his past and trying to not fix, you know what I'm saying, the mistakes he made. Literally going in one person and coming out the same exact person that he was, you know what I'm saying, standing on his P's and Q's because he is Nick friggin' Fury. So I enjoyed that. I wish we spent a little bit more time with Gaia, but I feel like we'll get the opportunity to spend more time with Gaia. Gravik as a villain, basic but amazing. He was the basic villain who you really only had one motive, and it was by all means going to happen. He wanted the extinction of humanity. Whether his scrolls, it felt like whether scrolls took the planet or not, he just felt like he felt like he was upset because humanity was more important to Nick Fury than the scrolls were that were doing the work for him to protect humanity. So it was more of a vendetta rather than it was his vendetta disguised as, I'm doing this for my people. And in the end, it was exposed because in the end, Gaia was the really one who was for her people, for the Skrulls, who had similar beliefs that Gravik did, but was going to go about it a different way in order to make sure that it was done properly. And that's what I feel like we're going to end up coming away with from this whole thing, is that I feel like Gaia isn't a hero. I don't even feel like she's a tweener. I feel like she's for her people, and she's going to make the decisions that are going to be better for her people. Hence like Magneto and X-Men. And that's what a lot of this felt like. It felt like this was supposed to not be a secret invasion. This was supposed to be X-Men. And a lot of what was going on, I felt like I watched in an X-Men cartoon or read in an X-Men comic. That this wasn't the secret invasion that we were used to. I felt like this was an X-Men plot line, and we had secret invasion over it. You know what I'm saying? In order to just be able to get Nick Fury some more screen time, because Samuel's getting old and you want to use him as much as you possibly could, right? So why not go ahead and give him his own little Disney Plus series to get this man, who's been one of the foundations of what the MCU is built upon, on the screen as much as possible before he's not able to do it anymore. But in this episode is rounding out, you get Nick Fury ready to go ahead and in this, he's going to go meet Gravik head on. The MVP of this entire series to me, though, is Sonya. That girl, without anything, none of it works. None of it works, because when you send her to go do something, it gets done. Period. And the fact that at the end, when she comes and she grabs Gaia and says, hey, I don't want you to, you're going to use me, I'm going to use you. Let's do it to make sure that we keep my people and your people safe. It's very interesting to me, especially with Nick Fury going back off-world. Priscilla ended up going off-world with him. Although she says she has work to do on Earth and she's only going to go with him to help it be started, because coming to find out, up in space, the Kree are ready to have peace talks with the Skrulls. Yeah, right. I feel like they're just trying to, from reading the plot line of what's going to happen in the Marvels, that's just a ploy because they want to get their revenge on Carol Danvers and Nick Fury. So why not fake peace in order to get the two that you want to destroy them? So this secret invasion was literally something to lead up to the Marvels, to keep the space or whatever. I don't know. It didn't need to tie to anything. It shouldn't have been called Secret Invasion. It honestly should have been called Nick Fury. And I feel people would have had a better response to the show, because when they think of Secret Invasion, they think of the Secret Invasion. They want to see all of the superheroes. They want to see more of the superheroes having their bodies and stuff taken, their places taken, and all that. And although this was a great Nick Fury story, this wasn't even a good Secret Invasion story. So when I look at it, I looked at it as a Nick Fury story, just titled Secret Invasion, right? So I can understand people's gripes with what's going on with it, but when you take it for what it is, it's good. It's a good breakdown of the psyche and what's going on with Nick Fury. So I actually enjoyed that. I enjoyed Samuel L. Jackson. I enjoyed Don Cheadle's performances. I enjoyed with the fact, I think when it comes to Don Cheadle being a Skrull, and when it was taken over with. I'm thinking, everybody says after Endgame. I don't think it happened after Endgame. If you look, his legs aren't working, and it makes me think it was after Civil War. Remember when he ended up getting his legs broke when he fell from the sky or whatever? I think he was swapped out then. I really do. And the reason why I like the fact that they did that, because Rhodey's got the series, or I think they're sending it into a movie or whatever, the Armor Wars coming up. So it's going to be interesting with him, because he gets to deal with all of the feelings and everything that happened with Tony. Especially this all happened pre-Endgame, he still has to get through all of those feelings of losing Tony on all the Avengers that passed away. Like, he hasn't had the chance to deal with all of that. So if this is setting up his character for Armor Wars and everything he has to deal with, bravo. Good job, because that's going to be a broken man, you know what I'm saying, by the time we get to him, and him coming to a realization that his friends are gone, his best friend is gone, and he has to do this without him. So that's going to be interesting. But we end up with Nick Fury going to Russia, you know what I'm saying, having the iodine pills, and take the iodine pills, he getting closer and closer to the reactor, to where Gravik is. We have the machine set up in order to inject himself with the DNA of the Avengers and Carol Danvers. So, and not just that, I guess you would call them Avengers. You call Star-Lord them Avengers, right? So the Guardians of the Galaxy, any superpower being that was on that field in Endgame, they have all the DNA for. So the one that they didn't have, that I didn't see them do, was Spider-Man, though. That'd have been because nobody knows about Spider-Man. That's why they didn't get Spider-Man's DNA, because of the spell that was cast. Nobody knows Spider-Man exists. So he wasn't there during Endgame. They don't remember it. All right, I caught on now. You get the conversation between them, and you get the explanation of Nick Fury saying, I knew after like 2 years I couldn't find y'all a home. And I felt like it was easier to keep y'all here and protect y'all from the humans than it was to let y'all, because he understands how humanity is and how they're going to act and how they would never accept taking these aliens into the home. So he just thought, hey, I'll BS y'all, and I'll just keep y'all safe from the humans, which is a pretty good explanation. So he turns the machine on with Fury in there, because the machine being on is going to kill Fury. And then come to find out, Fury doesn't die, so he's got him. He's going to kill him. Getting ready to punch the crap out of him with the Thing arm or the Groot arm, whatever that is. And she punches him back. And then you come to find out it's Gaia. Gaia is now a Super Skrull, just like Gravik. She was the one disguised as Nick Fury that brought everything there. At the same time, Nick Fury was going to help the president to expose the Skrull Rhodey, which he ends up doing with the help of Sonya. Ends up shooting the Skrull Rhodey in the head, and then the president's like, oh, and he calls off the nuclear, you know what I'm saying, holocaust that he's getting ready to create, because of all the people who have ever been kidnapped are all under there. And then they come to find out how many more people have been kidnapped. It's like harvesting for millions of people almost, it looks like. So you end up with like, I don't understand what the dude from Black Panther, the white guy from Black Panther, had to do with it, but you don't know how long ago he was taken. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If he was taken after the first Black Panther movie and you grab him and you have access to Wakanda and some of that technology, and if that was the case, I really wish they would have shown, you know what I'm saying, some of that vibranium or something, you know, that would have been pretty cool, but they didn't. But I feel like that's going to have implications in the future in something that happens when they found out that wasn't Ross. Then you end up with, you know what I'm saying, they take Rhodey down, his legs don't work. That makes me think it was like post-Civil War, because I remember in Endgame, he had the Endgame Infinity War, he had like the robotic legs or whatever it was, the braces on or something like that. And I'm still thinking that was the Skrull, to be totally honest with you. So I really think they took him after Civil War when he was in a hospital or something like that. And if that's the case, how many more did they take? Because I feel like there was more. I think they just didn't show them. And I really don't feel like it's over with the Skrulls. I feel like there's going to be more to come. So I think people expected to have this big blow-off thing, you know what I'm saying, within 6 episodes. I really feel like there's going to be more coming in the future, that there's going to be more repercussions to what happened in this, especially with Gaia siding with Sonya and walking away and joining her side. It's going to be super interesting to see what happened. But the battle scene was cool to me. I mean, CGI was kind of campy at a few seconds, but everybody wanted to know why Gaia was able to outdo, you know what I'm saying, Gravik, when Gravik was supposed to be like this big dude. But I think that Gaia, being as close as she was to her dad and Nick Fury, knew more about the abilities of the Avengers. I wish they would explain that a little bit more, so she was able to adapt to the powers faster than what Gravik was able to adapt. That was me just thinking about why she, you know what I'm saying, she would. That's something that they could have explained, but it makes sense, you know what I'm saying, that something like that would happen. In the end, Nick Fury ends up going back into space, you know, so yeah, you know, whatever, with his wife, fiance, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be to go handle, was going to go handle with the Kree peace treaty or whatever's going to go on. So we'll see all what happens with that in the Marvels. I'm interested to see the way Nick Fury is played when it comes to the Marvels, and if any of this stuff that he went through affects how he treats people, you know what I'm saying, in the future. So we see what happens. I dug this. I dug this for the way that I told you, because I looked at it as a Nick Fury, you know what I'm saying, story, rather than, you know what I'm saying, being a Secret Invasion. I understand why people are upset with it titled Secret Invasion. Disney, you don't have to title everything after something big to get people to watch it. If you would have put it on Disney Plus and said, this is Nick Fury, Nicholas J. Fury, whatever his middle name is, this is a 6-episode series about him and what he's going through from this point to this point, people would have tuned in and had no issue with it at all. You know what I'm saying? And then we've been surprised. Oh, Super Scroll. Oh, Gaia. Oh, this. Then the surprises would have been more leveled out instead of our expectations being set so high from you calling it Secret Invasion. All right? Just the food for thought from A+ Opinions, A+ Hero Report over here, Mr. Feige. We're not upset with you or anything. We're just trying to say, if you need some help coming up with ideas or something, like we're here for you. There's 4 of us there's more than 4 of us. There's like 6 or 7 of us that were really good at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just let us know if you need our help. Let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. How did you think about the series overall? And what are you most looking forward to coming from the MCU in the future? Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, make sure you comment. Let's get in them conversations. Keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indy out.